If you like this makeup look that I created for Eid and you want to see how I did it, keep on watching.
Eid Mubarak!
Everything was too loud while I was recording this, so today's tutorial is going to be a voiceover. I started with Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder in Universal. As you can see, I really like this stuff. If I know I'm going to have a long day, I always like to start with this blurring balm before I start my makeup because it just helps so much with my oily skin and just keeping it at bay. Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Original. I think everybody in the makeup community can agree that if you don't want your eyeshadow to move, this is the product for you. I'm working it into my eyelids to spread it out evenly and make it tacky. House Labs Triclone Skin Tech Concealers in Fair Neutral and Medium Neutral. I'm working this concealer onto my eyelid so it's not 50 shades of brown, and I have a nice clean slate I could start with before applying my eyeshadow. Makeup by Mario eyeshadow palette in the Originals. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. I'm going to apply this all over my eyelids, and it will not only set my concealer, but it will also serve as a nice medium for when I need to blend my eyeshadows on top of it. I'm going in with this shimmery green. I'm just going to apply it only to my upper eyelids. Oopsie, I forgot to do a transition shade. This is gonna be it. I'm applying it to my crease and I'm blending it out really well. Next, I'm going in with this golden coppery shade right here. I'm going to apply it right on top of that green to kind of take away some of that greenness and give me more golden and green multi-tones. Going in with this brown shade right here, and I'm going to use it to make myself an outer wing and fill it in with a fluffier brush. With a clean blending brush, I'm going to blend that wing out and make it as seamless as possible. And once I'm happy with the initial blend, I'm gonna go back in and add more layers of that same brown to add more depth. And I'm gonna blend some more. I decided adding the same shade to my outer brow bone is gonna add to the overall whimsy of the look, so I decided to do that as well. And at this point, I think that my too much gene kicked in, and I don't know if it added to the overall look much, but I decided to add that same green in my inner corner and then give it a nice spread. Next, I'm going to be going in with these Fenty Beauty Soft Lit Foundations in 100 and 295. Making sure it's the right color. It's not, but oh well. The method I picked was applying it with a paintbrush and then blending it with a foundation brush. And I did that across my whole face, my forehead, my cheeks, my nose, my mouth, my chin. Got this Charlotte Tilbury airbrush setting spray and used it to sort of melt the foundation into my skin because my skin has been trash lately. And then I went in with a beauty blender to make sure that this concoction I just created on my face worked well into my skin so that I don't see any flakes. Fenty Beauty Matchsticks in Mocha. I'm gonna use this to create my contours around my forehead, nose, cheeks, jawline. How do you guys contour? Do you do it differently? Please let me know in the comments. I'm very curious. Now I'm just blending out my contour. I go pat, 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 and that's how it goes. Huda Beauty Color Corrector in Cherry Blossom. I use this for when I want to brighten my under eyes, and today we are the light. Going back in with the House Labs concealers in Fair Neutral and Medium Neutral and covering those dark circles up, baby. Who was crying? I was crying? You must have me confused with somebody else. Show me the evidence. Huda Beauty Easy Bake Cherry Blossom Cake. I'm setting my concealer in with a powder puff so that concealer does not move and it is set for the rest of the night. And I'm gonna lightly dust the rest of my face with the same setting powder because I don't want parts of my face to look shiny while the under eyes are super matted out. I went back in and I brightened up those inner corners because I can. And with the same dark brown that I used on my outer wing, I'm smoking out my lower lash line. Maybelline Build-A-Brow. Can you tell I use this a lot? First, I'm brushing out my eyebrows with the gel brush side to really get them set and down into a human shape. And then I'm sparsely filling in my bald spots with the marker side. I'm lucky enough to have brows. I'm not being a perfectionist with this. e.l.f. Powder Blush Palette. I'm going to go in with the orangey shade in this palette. I'm applying it from the apples of my cheeks to my temples. It's too much, I know, but that's just who I am as a person, and that's how I like it. I added some to my nose, and I also added some to my chin to tie my whole face together. I'm gonna go in with this M.A.C loose pigment in yellow gold and this fine tipped brush. I added water to the pigment so I could use it as a liquid eyeliner. I've kind of really been into butterflies lately, and I wanted to recreate a version of this look that I created last year. So I started off creating a line on my upper lash line, and now I'm creating the outer wing. This line is following my eye crease from one side to the other. I'm making sure to do it above where my eye opens, because if I do it with my eye closed, I don't want it to disappear when my eye opens. I'm making the first wing between my arch of my brow and the end of my brow. The second wing is basically going to the arch of my brow. The third wing is running pretty much parallel from my eyebrow to my nose contour. Now I'm making a line super close to my lower lash line and connecting it to that first outside wing that I created. I guess this would be the lower part of the wing that I'm drawing now, and a smaller inner wing as well. And this line right here, that's gonna be the antenna. You know, I tried my best to copy it to the other side. It's not perfect, but it's Eid. I don't really care. I've already had one MedDB. This Ouzo eyeliner was gifted to me, so I would just like you to know that beforehand. I am using it to create a thicker lash line on my upper eyelid so that I have something for my strip lashes to adhere to. And I'm also creating the teeniest, tiniest little wing, because I can, curling my lashes. I'm using these Ardell Wispies and trying my very best to get them to stick to my upper lash line as close as possible. I did a pretty okay job, I think. Wow, the other eye's done too. It totally didn't take me 10 minutes and 2 attempts to do that. So fast. These little clusters will be for my lower lash line. Uno, dos. It's time for embellishments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Milani Highly Rated Lash Extensions Tubing Mascara. And I am mascara-ing my lashes. Wet n Wild Chameleon Chrome Eyeliner in Electric Prism. I don't know if you could use it on your waterline, but I'm using it on my waterline. This M.A.C Lip Pencil in Boldly Bare. Applying this to my upper lip, and I am overdrawing my upper lip because I don't have an upper lip. If you have an upper lip, you don't need to do this. My main goal when I'm lining my lips is to always try to be as symmetrical as possible. Has it ever been that way? Absolutely not. But reach for the stars, guys. Maybe one day it will happen for you. NYX Lingerie XXL Liquid Lipstick in Turn On. I went heavy on the eyes, so I'm not trying to go so heavy on the lips. And this peachy color, it matches my blush, and it also makes my teeth look super white. Makeup's all done before my hair and accessories, so I'll go do my hair and accessories, and I'll be right back. This is the final look with the hair and accessories all done. What do you think? Let me know. I was going for, what was I going for? Butterfly, Celestial, Arabian Nights. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I love you. Bye bye.